Hi, this is Gareth Hines. Welcome back to part 4 of my Odyssey process video series. Today we're back in Adobe InDesign, and what I'm going to do here is replace my rough layout with final art and show you how I do the final speech balloons. What you see here is the rough layout for pages 152 to 153. Odysseus is just being dropped off back at his home island by the Phaeacians. And here you can see I have a bunch of different layers, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this Art Final layer and place, that's Control D, the art for page 152. I'm just going to snap it to this upper left corner, and it's going to come in a little big. That's because the final art is about 140% of the reproduction size that the book will be. So I'll just scale that using the transform dialog to 72.5%, which should make it the right size, and nudge it back over to the corner. And then I'm going to nudge it around until it matches up with the existing rough panel borders. And then I'm going to do the same thing with page 153. Now I could have scanned these at 72.5%, but I don't know, I'm a little paranoid. I like to have the image be a little bigger in case I need to scale any of the individual elements on the page. I don't want to lose resolution if I have to do that. Okay, so I've got those two images placed, and now I'm going to move on to the next thing, which would be to fix this speech balloon down in the lower right. You can see that I'm gonna lock that art layer, and I'm gonna go to the balloon layer, which is the blue, and let's just zoom in on that. And first of all, you can see from the dotted line that this is actually a group. It's got two separate lines in it, so I'm going to ungroup it, and I'm going to delete that extra line because I really just want to be working with one object. Now I could try grabbing my pencil tool and redrawing this balloon a little cleaner, but I think I'm actually going to go right to the pen tool so that I can manipulate the points directly. And I have the grid turned on here. You see the document grid. That allows me to snap points to that grid, and those aren't necessarily exactly where I'm going to leave the points, but it allows me to get nice square corners and nice even horizontals and things. And what I'm using is a lot of Alt and Shift and Control keys to modify my pen tool so that I can move points around, add them, subtract them, and adjust their control handles individually. And again, I'm shooting for the minimum number of points so that I can define those curves as smoothly as possible. And I'll draw back in the other side of this balloon. This process of working with points is very unintuitive at first, but you get used to it pretty quick, and it offers you a huge degree of control. Okay, now I'm going to take this top edge and just nudge it up to the panel border, and that showed that one of my points wasn't connected correctly, so I'm going to go ahead and connect those and then get rid of the extra point. Okay, so I'm just going to clean this up a little bit more, and then basically once I have it the way I want it, the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to apply an object style to it. I've set up an object style in InDesign for all the balloons in this book, and what that allows me to do is if I want to change the stroke weight on all the balloons at once, I can do that very, very easily. So I just have the object selected, I select that object style, and I'm done. And I think I'm going to split this video into 3 parts. So the next part will be about drawing the panel borders. Please come back for that. This is Gareth Hines. Thanks for watching. Check out my work at garethhines.com.